Today we're going to talk about how to find the derivative of radical functions. So let's start with something simple. What is the derivative of the square root of x? Go ahead and try that. What do you think we need to do here? The first thing we need to do is we need to rewrite the expression. The square root of x is basically x to the 1/2. The index number is an invisible 2 and the exponent is a 1. So for instance, let's say if you have the 5th root of x cubed, you can rewrite that as x to the 3/5. Or if you have the 7th root of x to the 4th, you can write that as x to the 4/7. So you have to rewrite the radical as a rational exponent. Now we need to apply the power rule. And just to review, the power rule is the derivative of x to the n is nx raised to the n minus 1. So we're going to move the 1/2 to the front. And so we're going to have 1/2 x, and then it's going to be 1/2 minus 1. Now we need to get common denominators. 1 is the same as 2/2, and 1 minus 2 is -1. So 1/2 minus 2/2 is -1/2. This is the answer, but we still need to simplify it. So this is equivalent to 1x raised to the -1/2 divided by 2. Now, to make the negative exponent a positive one, we'll need to take the variable, move it to the bottom. So right now, this is going to be 1/2x, but raised to the positive 1/2, as opposed to -1/2. The last thing we need to do is convert the rational exponent back into its radical form. So x to the 1/2 is the square root of x. And so this is the final answer. Now let's talk about how to find the derivative of another similar example. And this is going to be the square root of x plus 5. So first, let's rewrite the expression. So this is basically x plus 5 raised to the 1/2. Now we need to use the chain rule in addition to the power rule. And here's the gist of using the chain rule. So basically we have a composite function, f of g of x. So notice that the inside part of the function g of x is x plus 5. The outside function, f of x, is just x to the 1/2. Now if you need to find the derivative of a composite function using a chain rule, you need to differentiate the outside function and then keep the inside part the same, and then multiply by the derivative of the inside function. So that's the gist of differentiating composite functions using a chain rule. So let's apply that. Let's differentiate the outside function by using the power rule first. So we're going to move the 1/2 to the front, and we're going to keep the inside part, g of x, the same. And then we're going to subtract the exponent by 1 using the power rule. So 1/2 minus 1, we know it's -1/2. And then we'll need to multiply it by the derivative of the inside function, g of x. So the derivative of x plus 5 is 1. Now we need to simplify our answer. So this is going to be, it's x plus 5 raised to the -1/2 times 1 divided by 2. And now let's move this to the bottom. So it's 1/2 x plus 5 raised to the -1/2. I mean positive 1/2 now. And so the final answer is 1/2 square root x plus 5. It's very similar to the last problem because this was a 1. So here's another problem. It's actually very similar to the last one, just with a few extra details. Go ahead and find the derivative of the square root of x squared minus 4. So first, rewrite the expression. So this is x squared minus 4 raised to the 1/2. Now let's use the chain rule. So let's bring the exponent to the front, keep the inside function the same, and then subtract the exponent by 1. 1/2 minus 1 is -1/2. and then multiply by the derivative of the inside. The derivative of the inside function, x squared minus 4, is 2x. Now, 1/2 times 2 is 1, so we can get rid of the 1/2 and the 2. Now, we need to take this term and move it to the bottom. So right now, what we have is x divided by x squared minus 4 raised to the positive 1/2. Now, the last thing we need to do is convert the rational exponent into its radical form. So the final answer is x divided by the square root of x squared minus 4. And so that's the solution. Let's work on another example. Let's determine the derivative of the cube root of 5x plus 2. Feel free to pause the video and try this example. The best way to learn is to work through these examples, and then you can improve your skill and your understanding of this material. So like before, let's rewrite the expression. So this time we have 5x plus 2, and 5x plus 2 is basically raised to the first power, and we have an index of 3, so this is going to be raised to the 1/3. Now, like before, we're still going to use the chain rule. So let's work on the exponents first. So let's use the power rule. So we're going to move the 1/3 to the front and keep the inside function g of x the same. And then we're going to subtract the exponent 1/3 by 1. So 1/3 minus 1, that's the same as 1 could be changed to 3/3. So we need to get common denominators. 1 minus 3 is negative 2. So this is going to be negative 2/3. And then we need to multiply by g prime, the derivative of the inside function. So the derivative of 5x plus 2 is 5. So right now, we have a 5 on top. 5x plus 2 raised to the negative 2/3 is also in the numerator, and the 3 is in the bottom. So now let's take this term, move it to the bottom. So it's going to be 5 over 3, and then 5x plus 2, but raised to the positive 2/3. And now let's rewrite it in its radical form. So this is going to be the cube root of 5x plus 2 squared. Now that's the answer. If you want to rationalize the denominator, you could. If you want to do that, here's what you need to do. Multiply the bottom and the top by the cube root of 5x plus 2. By the way, if you leave your answer like this, most teachers will accept the answer unless they specifically state to rationalize any denominator. Now, I need 3 5x plus 2's. I have 2 of them, so I need 1 more, and this will give me the 1 more that I need. So in the numerator, I'm going to have 5 times the cube root of 5x plus 2, and in the denominator, I'm going to have 3 times the cube root of 5x plus 2, but I have 3 of them now. Now the 3's will cancel. 3 divided by 3 is 1, so the radical will disappear. And the final answer is 5 cube root 5x plus 2 divided by 3 times 5x plus 2. And I'm going to stop here for this problem. Here's another problem that you could try. 1 over the 4th root of x to the 5th power. So first, let's rewrite it. So this is going to be 1 over x to the 5 over 4, and I'm going to move this to the top. So this is x to the negative 5/4. So now we can use the power rule. So it's going to be negative 5 over 4 x, and then we need to subtract 5 over 4 by 1. So we can rewrite 1 as 4 over 4. Negative 5 minus 4 is negative 9. So this is going to be negative 9 over 4. So what we have is negative 5x raised to negative 9 over 4 divided by 4. And now let's move the variable to the bottom of the fraction. So it's negative 5 over 4 x to the positive 9 over 4. And now let's convert the rational exponent into a radical. So this is going to be the fourth root of x to the 9th power. Now we could simplify it. So I'm going to rewrite x to the 9 as x to the 8 times x. Now the fourth root of x to the 8, you need to divide 8 by 4, you get 2. So that's going to be 4x squared times the fourth root of x. Now if you want to rationalize it, we need 4 x variables to be inside of this fraction. I mean, not the fraction, but inside the radical. So I'm going to multiply the top and the bottom by the fourth root of x cubed. Whatever you do to the top, you must always do to the bottom. So in the numerator, I have negative 5 times the fourth root of x cubed. In the denominator, I have 4x squared times the fourth root of 1 plus 3 is 4. So x to the 4. And then if I divide 4 by 4, that's going to give me 1. So then this is negative 5 times the fourth root of x cubed over 4x squared times x. So the final answer is negative 5 fourth root of x cubed over 4x cubed. That's it. Now let's try one more example. So let's go ahead and find the derivative of 8 divided by the 7th root of 3 minus 2x raised to the 4th power. So go ahead and try that. Now first, we need to rewrite it. So let's convert the radical into a rational exponent. So it's 3 minus 2x, and it's going to be raised to the 4 over 7. And then we need to take this expression, move it to the top. So we have the derivative of 8 times 3 minus 2x raised to the 4 over 7. So now let's use the chain rule and the constant multiple rule. So it's going to be 8, that's the constant, times the derivative of this expression. So let's move the exponent to the front, keep the inside function the same, and then subtract the exponent by 1. So 4 over 7 minus 1, that's going to be 4 over 7 minus 7 over 7, which is negative 3 over 7. And then we need to multiply by the derivative of the inside function. So the derivative of 3 minus 2x is negative 2. So now let's simplify. So we have 4 times negative 2, that's negative 8, times 8. So that's going to be negative 64, and it's divided by 7. Now in the numerator, we still have 3 minus 2x to the negative 3 over 7th power. And so let's take that, move it to the bottom. And so that's negative 64 divided by 7 times 3 minus 2x raised to the 3 over 7. And then let's convert it back into its radical form. So it's going to be the 7th root of 3 minus 2x to the 3rd power. Now, if you wish to rationalize it, we need to multiply the top and bottom by the 7th root of 3 minus 2x, but raised to the 4th power, since we already have 3 of them, and we need to get to 7. So it's going to be negative 64 times the 7th root of 3 minus 2x to the 4th power, divided by 7, and then times the 7th root of 3 minus 2x to the 7th power. So these will cancel. And now we're going to get the final answer. that's it.